into the Aaron Alexander Experience Podcast. Wah, 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 wah.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Welcome back to another episode of the Aaron Alexander Experience Podcast. Wah, wah, wah. Before we jump into this episode, I have to let you know that I haven't slept in days. I haven't eaten in a week. I have not had a drop of water. Why? Because I've been at the whiteboard. I've been plotting. I've been scheming. And the question that I've asked myself is, Aaron, what is the one thing that you could do to guarantee your students' results? You guys come to me and you say, Aaron, I want to sleep with more girls. I'm tired of feeling alone. I'm tired of feeling like pickup isn't working for me. I just am incapable of dating beautiful women. And I asked myself, what could I do? What is the program I could create that I could guarantee that you would see the results that you're after? How could I give you an endless stream of sex and love that lasts for the rest of your days on this earth? And so what I've done is I've created my Ascension program. This is like nothing else that's offered on the market by anybody. This is the most incredible and most impactful 12-week program I could ever offer you as a man who wants to get better with women. So I'm going to let you go ahead and jump into this podcast episode and enjoy it. You're going to love this one. But head over to joinascension.com. That's join, Join, Ascension, ASCENSION.com. Of course, this is also available just like everything else at the front of evolutiondaily.com. You can go read more. You can go submit an application. And we are taking on a very limited amount of guys for this program. It begins October 3rd. After October 3rd, not doing another one for a minimum of 12 weeks. So joinascension.com. Go find out more. Submit your application today. Okay, welcome everybody to yet again another motherfucking episode of the Aaron Alexander Experience Podcast. A minute ago, you called it the Evolution Daily Podcast. I felt marginalized. This is about me. This is my podcast. Don't get it twisted. Guys, listen. I'm here with Alpha Chad, of course. And off camera, we have a student. Student, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. Student didn't want to be on camera. That's fine. I said, I'll blur you. Oh, can we put the anonymous mask on you? Will you wear a mask?
What is it? Is it like
Bro,
a GIMP mask?
Go into the black fucking tote. It's not a GIMP mask. No, the bottom, very bottom bin.
Ski mask?
It's in one of those. Bro, will you wear that and be on the podcast?
I'll do that, yeah.
Oh my God. All right, we're not even going to stop rolling. We're going to go ahead, help him to like get over here and situated, make sure the shot's fine. I'll just have you guys trade for right now, just for now. Okay, so you'll wear that. Talk, make sure it's good.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good. Oh, this is fucking funny. This is about to be hilarious. Get in the hot seat, boy. Here we go. All right, so we're here with our student. Is it comfortable?
It's, no, not really, actually.
Oh, you're fine. You're fucking fine. What about the Trump one? Would you put on a Trump mask instead? No, I'm playing. Okay, cool. So we're here with this student. Here, go ahead and pass him the mic for now. This one here. Yep. Cool.
I'll give it back.
Okay, so this is great, man. Yeah, I'll probably pass him mine when he wants to like interject on something. Yeah. For sure. But all right, here we are, episode something. We have so many backlog now. I don't know which episode this will be. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Bro, you're one of my favorite students I've ever had.
I feel like you'll say that to everybody.
Fuck
just
you.
So
Fuck
it
you.
can
Fuck
make them
you.
feel good.
No, I wouldn't say that to everybody. Maybe I do say it to everybody.
Okay, yeah.
No, of course not. Here's why I like you, though. And I told you this. I told you this earlier. I said, the reason why I do like you as a student is because you were just so willing and wanting to learn.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
And not only willing and wanting, but like I just said to do some things and you just would do them. You wouldn't come back and say, I tried and I really struggled to do it. You just fucking were nailing things out. And talk about some milestones for you this weekend.
Before this boot camp, I would have never have approached anyone. I've been watching your stuff for 2 years, almost 2 years. And I would definitely never. I would always put it in my head, what if she rejects me? Everyone around her is gonna judge me and all that stuff. So I don't think I would have done as much action as I would have.
Student podcast.
Yeah. Oh, expose me.
Dope.
Oh my God.
Right. So you had a self story
Yeah.
where before you even tried to truly do cold approach pickup, you said, I have approach anxiety.
Yeah, I have it, and I would just tell myself that, and that would keep me from ever taking action. This mask is moving as I speak.
It's fine.
So
You're fine.
Okay.
We don't have to have you on here the whole time. We
Okay,
might
okay.
switch you guys back
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
but
Yeah, sounds good.
keep
sounds
going.
good. I was just gonna say that I really felt like I needed to take the boot camp, almost because how I would learn, how I think I'm a better learner if someone like tells me to do something, because part of it is I don't want to upset them, but I know in the end it'll help me a lot more. But I've been really just beating myself up over not taking action or not just in this pickup field, but in other aspects of life, just beating myself up for never doing what I want to do. You're laughing.
I'm sorry, I just gotta not look at your mask. I gotta not look at you. Keep going.
Over there,
It's just
dude.
pure comedy.
Oh,
No,
my-
you're.
I know.
But you're the
I know
shit,
how I
bro.
look.
Keep going on this rant because this is very good. It's powerful.
Okay, yeah. So, and I even told you, Aaron, if I would have just done the calls, there's a good chance that I wouldn't have done everything you had said, because I would still be like, well, he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably, I'll maybe do something. I know you would have motivated me for sure, but I wouldn't have taken as much action as I would have taken this boot camp. So, and you're the shit too. I really wanted to meet you. You and Alpha Chad. I've been fans of you guys. Not just. I really see these more as teachers, but also friends now.
Yeah.
When I came over, I was like, oh, these guys are actually cool. Like I'd love to hang out with these guys more. But yeah, but as a student, I've learned so much, not just from you, Aaron, but Alpha Chad too.
That's great, man. That's amazing to hear. Yeah, and yeah, you got your first ever cold approach phone number.
Yes, that was yesterday or 2 days ago.
I think Saturday, actually.
Saturday,
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday during
Okay.
the day game session. I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
And you got some Snapchats. Lauren said that she thinks you're hot.
Yeah, that was. At first, I didn't believe you. Do you remember?
Yeah.
When you sent me that message, say, Lauren said this girl thinks you're hot, and I was like, gosh, he's probably just making that up. He paid them almost to say that.
He thought that, like literally, okay, so you guys can't see him right now, but this is a good-looking man right here, okay? Super good-looking guy. We made him buy this shirt. We upgraded his fashion. And how beautiful was that he felt so insecure about that flower shirt yesterday, and then literally we're walking down the street, and a girl's like, I love your shirt. Like, that's dope.
I would have never thought it would look good on me, because I see people with that shirt on, like that collar shirt, button-up shirt, pattern, flowery shirt, and I was like, I would say, look at this dude. I'm like, this guy, really, dude? What are you trying to...
Like, try hard.
Yeah,
oh.
I would think that, but like you said, you gotta wear something else instead of just a plain shirt. You gotta step your game up, and although I might not love it 100% right now, but I definitely felt different. I felt I don't know. I just tapped into a new side of myself. I felt like it's new energy that it brought to me just wearing a different outfit, and it's crazy how that can happen. Just wearing a different shirt.
That's beautiful. And that's what it was. It was an update. You updated yourself. I talk about this all the time. Back when I was like really fat and incel, all this shit, I judged people that looked good. I literally would see guys in like a nice dress shirt. He's like jacked and all this stuff. And he's like crossing the road, in front of my car or something. And I would just have these toxic thoughts. Oh, cool fucking dress shirt. What'd you have to go spend like $100 to try to feel good about yourself? Oh, what do you like live at the gym? I was just such a little toxic weirdo. Even saying those things now, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, what was wrong with me? But it's just that's a reflection, right? It's how I felt about myself. I felt so low that I hated myself so much that I had to hate outward, right? So then once I started to love life and love the world and love myself, then now I see people dressing well and I'm like, I want to dress well too. Why not? I want to look good. oh, that guy dresses well because he values himself as a guy that wears a $100 shirt or something, or a chain, right? Fashion is decorating yourself. Even my watch ended up being a little too tight for you. Dude, please don't let me forget. I have a bunch of wristbands I'm going to give him. Like ones where I've bought big packs and I have like 5 I don't even wear. So I'm going to give you some wristbands for sure. And then we did those photos together just a little bit ago. We did those. Are you laughing at the neighbor that just saw you? Was he making eye contact? Like, what's happening in there? I love it.
Well, I hope someone else wears this mask.
I fucking love it.
Just not just me.
I love it so much. And dude, you know what? Today for me was such a great moment in America. And the reason why was because sometimes the night game has been a little difficult to be able to do a lot of approaches, even though we were able to. We did a lot of street game last night. It was a lot of, the girls going in and out of the bars and partying down. But then today, dude, the world was out. It was just, everyone was out. It was the most beautiful day. The park is packed. There was church in the park. It was wholesome as fuck. We're gaming a bunch of bad bitches all day long. It was just so good and so good to see. And that's really why we started doing these boot camps now, because for a while there, everybody's mindset was, oh, let's all hunker down till after COVID. Now it's, this is life. Time to just adapt to this flu that's going around, the Chinese plague. So we just have to adapt, and people are sick of it. Everyone's out having a good time, shaking girls' hands, hugging on girls, those fucking 2 on the scooter, right? We could have we could have pulled these chicks, but like I didn't even want to because I wanted to keep the boot camp going, really. But we could have brought those girls back here, and they were ratchet and kind of not that hot, but who cares? So, bro, talk to me about the mindset shift that you've had when it comes to your own capabilities, because for me, that's what I love the most when a student kind of experiences that. So how did you feel about your capabilities even on Thursday versus now?
It was way different. My whole life I grew up super insecure, so that's how I came up. I was always the shy guy at school. I'm just the guy that never talked. Everyone knew my name in the environment I was in, but I would just be the quiet guy. I was like, oh yeah, that's Kevin, yeah. But since I grew up, years and years of my life viewing myself as that way, I believe that that's how I was born, and I feel like that's how I was just wired. So I accepted it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I do have multiple passions, like getting good at this, not only this, but also music is one of them. Getting in shape is another something I'm trying to pursue. But being shy or just really keeping to myself, really still in all aspects of life, it impacts being being down on yourself all the time. Really, it goes throughout your whole life. It's not just one area, So, but after the boot camp, now that I proved to myself which what I feel like I needed, and you helped me get through that. I proved that I can do this. Not only does it give me confidence to be better with women, it gives me confidence to, just pursue this other stuff. Believe in myself that I can almost feel like I can do whatever I want. And I'm gonna really, after the boot camp, not only am I gonna do more approaches, all the infield stuff, but I'm also really planning on, music stuff or that health, getting my body into shape. I just feel like my whole life is going to improve because of, this experience.
And what's beautiful too is we are going to be keeping you accountable after this. So the particular program that you signed up for was this 1 weekend boot camp and then the mentorship after. So now we're also going to be doing a call every single week, which, that was something in the past that like some clients, unfortunately, I'd catch up with them months later and they're like, yeah, I just went back and didn't do anything. And this accountability factor now is super important. You now know, oh, Aaron's going to be fucking pissed at me, disappointed. I will think you are the scum on the bottom of my shoe. You must take action. Yeah. You must. And that's what's so good about the program and the way that we set that up for you. Now, something that I think is just so cool too is the fact that you, day one, pessimistic as fuck, asking him, and just for everybody, just so you all know, Alpha Chad's over here. That's who I keep pointing to and looking over at. Why doesn't Aaron look at the camera? So you were, and I would even say, I said to you when I picked you up from the airport, fucking running a concierge service over here. What the fuck? And I even said, I was like, how optimistic are you? You're like, barely any. Basically none. How optimistic are you now?
Now I'm a lot more. It was such a huge shift from day 1, day 2 even, till the final day.
And I want to bring up something really important, which is like, I got a hard dick when he told me this earlier. I couldn't even believe it. I just fucking 6 to midnight. I said, how's your morning been? We met up at 2. I said, how's your morning been? You're like, I've been doing a bunch of approaches. I said, what? You're like, I don't know how many, but it's over a dozen. You were doing a bunch of approaches. You got a number. You fucking had and you had some where you were like, yeah, I never stayed at intent. I just walked away. But it's like I told you from the very beginning of all this, you have a massive issue with toxic comparison. Toxic comparison. This motherfucker deleted his Tinder because he heard on a podcast me talking about some bad bitches that I've been fucking on Tinder. And he's like, I'll never be as good as Aaron. Why don't I just give up? And even today, he's like, fuck you. He's like, fuck you. He's like, why are you so good? He's like, I'm never going to get that good. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I said, you're on day 3 of cold approach. I'm on year 8. I've been doing this for 8 years. I said, this is like a guitar player that's been taking a lesson a day, pretty much, for 8 years. And then you try and you say, oh, I'll never be Slash. No, it takes a long time to be Slash. I'm the Slash of pickup. I am the Drake. I am the G-Eazy of pickup. And if anybody thinks otherwise, Alpha Chad's cutting my mic. You edit this out like my maniacal rants. I watch it. Where's my maniacal rant?
There's a countdown timer in the background for how long the podcast is running, and you see that 20 minutes just cut out, like 20 whole minutes.
It just jumps forward. Oh, God. So, yeah, bro, last night I had 2 girls blowing me up to come over and fuck, and I said, you know what? I can't do that to Kevin. I said, I need to get a good night's sleep so that way my student here can have the best program possible. So, I rejected pussy for you, and I just want you to know that.
Yeah, and I kind of felt bad when I saw that post on the mastermind.
You felt bad?
I felt bad.
Don't feel bad.
When I was remember that post you did? What was it? It was like I love this life, rejecting pussy or whatever to do a boot camp.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, must be nice, dude. Yeah, I wanted to comment that on that post
because he remembered from a podcast that I ranted about the expression "must be nice," must be nice. So he was about to comment that.
Yeah.
I wrote on the mastermind last night: 2 girls blowing me up to come fuck, rejecting them both because I have to get sleep for the final day of boot camp tomorrow. This is the life I always dreamed about. And it's true, bro. Like, that's fucking abundance. I mean, when I look back at my fat little acne-ridden body back in the day, and I just think, what an incel I was and how desperately I wanted to fuck this girl, Jill, and she was disgusting, and I couldn't even fathom that she wouldn't have sex with me. It was just mind-boggling. And I look back on that, and I'm just so desperate. And then last night, I'm literally getting Snapchats like, hey, are you still up? Can I come over? Hey, I'm actually like right by you. What are you doing? And I'm like turning down like hot puss. I'm like, hell yeah, I fucking made it. It feels good, dude. It feels good. And, ultimately, I just wanted to get enough sleep. So bro, okay. So that's one big concern is so many guys, they say, man, I'm nervous that like I can do the boot camp because Alpha Chad's there, you're there, you guys are pushing me, helping me. But what happens when I'm on my own? You did it on your own today. And that's what made me so happy. And not only that, but he started doing what a lot of students do. It took him like to the 3rd day, but finally to the point where I don't even see girls. And he's going, oh, I'm going to go talk to that one. And I'm just, yes, fucking taking initiative, deliberate creation. That's what it's all about.
Definitely, yeah. I didn't do that yesterday, and I wanted to in my mind while we were out. There were a few instances where like I wasn't really doing anything, and I would have felt more comfortable if I would just broken off and done like 10 approaches by myself. I would have felt better, but at the time I was nervous still. I was like, I'll just see where this goes.
He told me that last night he felt almost more pressure by being on the boot camp at certain periods at night, and he said that he wished that he would have actually asked to go off and do some approaches on his own, which is Me too. Totally. Like there's a freedom to gaming solo. I love nothing more in this world than being in a foreign city, like being in another city and gaming solo. I just feel so goddamn free, like being in a club alone in Miami or like on a road. Last time I'm fucking gaming solo in LA, it's the last time I had a day game poll. It was like right before COVID. This girl's kind of catching up to me. I notice her and I say, hey, where should I eat? She's like, I don't know. I'm not from here. Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. Bring her back to the crib. And I'm just, and that's what too, dude. I talk about this all the time. And I don't know if you've heard me talk about this. Pickup, we are Neo in the Matrix. Okay. I'm walking around Santa Monica Pier. And what is that? It's a bunch of families and they're there for the roller coaster and cotton candy and just, I'm going to sightsee. And then meanwhile, I do some shit that like, I don't know what 0.0001% of men have ever even like fathomed, right? It's like I just sneak into the Matrix, break the fucking code, get into the backboard, and just fucking take this girl home and smash out. It's insane. And so what you did this weekend, even today, those two blonde bitches that we ended up getting cucked out, right? By their fucking giant boyfriends, whoever the fuck those guys were.
Oh my God,
we got cucked out. But I said to you afterwards, I said, first off, your opener was funny.
I don't remember it, but
I do.
I'm sure it was.
I remember it because we were doing the portion of the boot camp. On all of my programs, I do a portion where we talk while we are on the boot camp. So I had the headphones, you had the headphones, and then what I do is I'll get about 40, 50 feet in front of the student, and then when girls are coming, I'll really guide the students with, openers, conversation structure, and then that's so good because in a daytime scenario, other than us being in a set together, right, which I'm able to be there with you, but I could never truly hear a one-on-one conversation, right, unless we were to record and then go over it afterwards. But it's easier live in person. I was feeding you lines. You were saying ratchet shit to at least one of your sets. You were saying some really funny stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you think I'm ugly?
Yeah.
I gave you the "Do you think I'm ugly" line. Did you enjoy that?
I loved it. The where you do the live call and you're approaching it. That was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I feel like you're listening to everything I'm saying, and I asked you for your feedback when I was done. I was like, what do you think I could have said, or stuff like that. But you heard the whole conversation and how it went, which is something I really liked.
And we're gonna do the same thing when you're back. I told you at least two of those calls that we do after this boot camp are going to be calls where you're just walking around in the field. We do exactly what we did today, except we're just not physically anywhere near each other. But you're walking down that street near that popular college that you're kind of near, and you're going to be doing approaches, and I'm going to be hearing and feeding you lines, and it's fucking solid. And I've had Zach's coming to mind. First name, doesn't matter. Zach in Miami is coming to mind, where he was great. He was really good with chicks. He mostly just wanted to party, I felt like. He just kind of wanted to rage with us. He was already pretty good with girls, I felt. But he would never push the interaction as far as it could go. And so there was this one girl, and I'm watching from a distance, and I'm seeing her body language, and I'm hearing her tone, and I'm just like, she's so into him, but she's ending it, and he's just like, all right, well, take care. And I go, hey, how about here? Have you ate here? Hey, how about here? Have you ate here? How about here? And he's like, hey, how about here? Have you ate here? She's like, oh, no, I haven't. And I said, just pull up a chair, grab the chair. And he fucking grabs the chair. He's like, here, sit down. And then she does it. Right? And then I pushed him to go to his potential. That's what I'm doing as a coach. Is I tell guys this all the time. I say, you're already good with women. You're already good with girls. You just haven't expressed it yet. It's like the same as somebody, dude, it's literally like if Halsey never tried to sing. She's already Halsey. She already has a fucking insane voice. She's just never truly sang. So you're already good with women. All I'm doing is helping you guys to fucking bust into your true potential. So I just pushed him, and he reached his true potential and pulled this fucking girl middle of the day. And then either that night or next night, fucking same night lay from fucking Blackbird, Miami. Just powerful, powerful stuff, man. Hey, what's up, boys? I hope you guys are all enjoying this phenomenal podcast episode. But what I have to tell you is I've been getting a question left and right every single day. Aaron, I can't seem to make online dating work for me. You're talking about you meeting this girl on Hinge. You met the love of your life on Tinder recently. This girl you're tying up. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. I can't seem to make that happen for me. So listen to me, okay? I've made this very, very simple for you. I could give you a couple quick little tips right now. I could tell you, oh, you want to work on your openers and then like change the photo, whatever. Or you could go sign up for the most comprehensive online dating and texting course that's ever been created. This is Panty Soaking Text. This is available over at Panty Soaking Text, TEXTS, pantysoakingtext.com. You're going to get over 30 full text game breakdowns. These are from Cold Approach, but mostly from Hinge and Tinder. All right. I collaborated with two other guys at Slay with Online Game. And what we did is we actually broke down everything with voice memo breakdowns explaining why I said what I said. And it's so incredible. Not only that, but we also show you how to get more matches on Hinge in general by being able to respond to prompts in sort of a witty manner. We also show you how to set up the perfect profile. Again, this is all available over at pantysoakingtext.com. The more that you just continue to spin your wheels, if you've been on online dating and you continue to be on it and just nothing is happening, then even if, let's say you've been on there an hour a day and you're not getting laid, by the end of this month, you will have spent an entire day of your existence. By the end of this year, you'll have spent 12 whole days, half a month, just swiping around and not seeing results. Head over to pantysoakingtext.com so you can start sleeping with the girls that you want to sleep with from online dating. And so for you, again, coming to this boot camp with so much self-doubt and just thinking, man, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to approach when I'm there and all this stuff, whatever.
Before it even took place, I was thinking, God damn, I hope I don't disappoint them too much. Because I honestly thought even if you do push me, I might bitch out. But no, I think almost all of them, the approaches you made me do, I think almost all of them I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Only one you didn't do was the one where I said, dude, it was funny. No, it was today. But there's probably another one. But today, there's a big party in the park. Like, I'd say about 15 people or so, kind of around a picnic table, and they have a little tent up. And then there's a girl coming our way, and she's coming this way towards us. I send him in, and he's walking towards her. And then all of a sudden, she starts, like, beelining towards the party, and he starts kind of like going to meet her somewhat, and then the party's like looking at you, she's kind of looking over at you, and then you just like turn around and come back and you go, I'm sorry, man. And I'm like, no, that's totally acceptable to not, because she starts like waving to everyone, and they're like, hurry. He wasn't wearing the mask at the time,
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were I was talking to Bradicus one day because Bradicus keeps getting banned off of stuff, and he was joking, saying he's going to start another channel with wearing a mask because YouTube uses facial recognition software. So we were saying that like everyone's going to know it's him, even though he's under the mask and doing that. It was hilarious, man. So, bro, would you recommend a boot camp to other people?
No, never.
No.
1,000% yes, absolutely. If anyone, I know. Maybe the biggest issue for me was, how far away it was. And I was like, getting there is probably be an issue. But, you just gotta really, this was probably the biggest step I've ever taken in my life towards improving myself. So if anyone's looking for it and they've been thinking for years that they could change, that they want to change, and that this is something that they're interested, I would 1,000% recommend Aaron, because I picked this up just on the podcast, and even in his previous videos, he just talks with such a passion for this and genuine interest in each and every student that he has, which is what made him really stand out for me. And when I was on YouTube and I would see all these other coaches, no one stood out to me as Aaron has, because the way he talks to all his students and carries himself is with this passion that just really attracted me to him. So if anyone is like thinking that they maybe want to do this and are like going between a few coaches, I would 100% Aaron and Alpha Chad, because they would really care about you and they actually want to see you succeed.
Thank you so much, bro. That's so dope. That's so cool. Yeah. I was just thinking, let's say just at some point we have a reel of the testimonials, and it's like guys that we're filming, and they're just standing there like in Miami or in LA and stuff. Like, this boot camp was amazing, and then it cuts to the masked anonymous fucking. That's so dope. No, man, I really do appreciate that, and yeah, I just don't. I think that what happens is a lot of guys, I've personally had conversations with other pickup coaches where they straight up say, I don't even like coaching the game anymore. There was a pretty popular coach who people would...
What's his name?
I'm not going to say. A pretty popular coach out there who I had some friends that were kind of into him, and I said, that guy hates pickup. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I would say I can sense in his tone, in his voice, in his content that he does not like this at all. He's stuck in a business. He created a business, doesn't want to do this anymore, and is stuck doing it. Like, he does no other source of income. I said, you give that guy $1 million, he disappears from the pickup world, 1,000%. And then this motherfucker one day expands his team, adds a bunch of other coaches, and then he makes a video about how, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I for the last 4 years have hated being a coach, but now here's coaches that are passionate. And I told my fucking roommates at the time, I was like, I fucking told you, this guy hates the game. It's just what I do. I have 2 hobbies in life: game, Evolution Daily, game, and teaching it. Those are my 2 hobbies. It's all I do. It's all I care about. It's just fun. And that leads to other things. Oh, Aaron, you should do it. It leads to other things. I'm a fucking master at Final Cut. I love video editing, right? I meet people. I have a good time. I go out and fucking party. It's a great time. So I'm very passionate about this. And what my hope for my students too is, like, I want you to be passionate about it, because I told you this day one. I said, without optimism, bro, you're never going to make it. You'll never make it. In that fucking whiteboard video the other day, I told you about how, that dumb fuck came up to me in New York years ago, and he's like, don't you think there's already enough pickup coaches? Like, what makes you think you're going to stand apart? And I said, I'm going to murder you and blow up this business. And that's what's happened. Yeah. But bro, let's talk about a couple. You're probably getting uncomfortable in the mask. We'll get you.
It's getting hot in here, man.
We'll get you off camera here in just a couple of minutes.
Sounds good.
Maybe we'll put on a cloth mask and the glasses, and then you'll be fine. No. Let's talk about a couple of these specific approaches. So even those girls that, again, we got cucked out by, to finish that thought, I said those are 2 of the hottest females I've ever seen in my life. Like, just straight up. I mean, yeah, you've got the models of, the models of the world, whatever. Like, straight up. I mean, it just doesn't get much hotter. Beautiful faces, big tits, tiny little bodies, big ass. I mean, they were just stupid hot. So even afterwards, you got to come back to me with this little bit of a defeated sort of, yeah, I tried, but they did it. And I'm like, no. You just approached by yourself 2 of the baddest bitches I've ever seen. That is a win. And on your journey moving forward, again, with your toxic comparison, with when you saw the guy, when you had a watch that you kind of liked, and then you saw a guy that had this dope, amazing watch, and that literally made you think, ooh, I can't even wear this one anymore, right?
I took it off.
You took it off? You threw it away? Is it gone?
No, I still have it, but I haven't worn it since.
Well, it's time to start wearing it again, man, because it made you feel good.
Yeah.
And with this toxic comparison, it's like Hadia talks about, she says, we fall into this trap where not only do we compare ourselves to others, but we compare ourselves to our final form, to what we want to be, right? So life is good for me, but if my ultimate goal was I want to have $1 billion, then if every day I woke up and I was like, you're nowhere near $1 billion, then I can bring myself into feeling like shit. Versus, how about I compare myself to my past? So for you, when you're out here, man, doing these approaches, I told you this, do not fucking think, first off, what you were saying earlier about like, I'll never be as good as Aaron. But then on top of that, don't have these thoughts of, oh my God, I'm not fucking yet. I'm not whatever. You're basically, even though you've been watching the videos for years, you're on day 3 of pickup.
Yeah. Before this, I had done maybe 5 approaches, and they were all from you, from watching older videos. I just got done watching a lot of your videos, and I'm like, hell yeah, I can probably do this. You motivated me a lot, like even just from the videos. And but I would go out and I would tell myself, hell yeah, I can do this, and I would get rejected once or twice, and then give up for the day, and then and over the years, it's probably been less than 5 approaches that I've done, and we did way more than that on my day one.
Yeah. Even when I picked you up at 9:50 in the morning, I was about to bring you over, and then just because you had told me how few you had done, I was just like, we're driving through Short North, and I see some girls out, and I'm like, let's throw them through the ringer. And I fucking pull over, park, and I go, that one, go. And you started doing approaches right away. And you know what I think is it's the same thing with so many things in life where we create drama around them. We think this is going to be so crazy and big and oh my God. And then you do it and it's just, man, that wasn't that hard. It's kind of like the Tony Robbins fucking running a hot coals thing. Everyone that did it, they're not coming out of it. That was the most painful thing of my life. They're like, wow, I just can't believe it. Because it's just so mental, right? They just did it and it's not that big of a deal. So for you, you built it up and now you know I can do this. And I got to throw this in too. Is I forced you to move.
Yep, 100%.
We texted the guy today. His license, his referrals, he might already be on the phone with your boss.
Oh, shit.
So my student here, great guy, awesome guy, okay, but you still live with your parents. You're 21 years old.
21.
And I told him straight up, I said, my coaching is irrelevant to you unless you move out. If you want to get to a high level, could you still go day game and go on some dates and maybe have something cool happen? Of course you could. But when you want to reach a high level, you got to have your own place. You got to be able to pull girls. You got to be out in night game knowing, wow, it's really on with this girl. I could fuck her back at my house. I have a house to go fuck this girl at. You got to be on a date with a girl knowing I could bring her back to my crib. Because otherwise, every time you end up on a date with a girl and she says, I live with my parents. Now every time she fucking says that, you're going to be like, oh, God, this date's over. This sucks. Try to bang her in the car, I guess. I don't know. You want to go for a walk in the woods? Let's fuck in the woods. Right? So, but yeah, man, overall, you have been a phenomenal student. And I'm glad that we were able to have you here. And we'll probably just pretty much wrap up. I mean, I don't think too much more needs to be said. We're busting this podcast out twice a week now, so I don't feel as much pressure to make sure everything's like this hour plus thing. It's, whatever. We're just going to fucking toss this out to the world. And I think that they'll find it interesting kind of doing these student debriefs, of the program. And, overall, man, just as a closing message to you too, even though we are going to be still talking for the next 5 weeks at least, overall, man, it's just like be easy on yourself.
Yeah, it's hard because my whole life I spent it just beating myself up for not being as good as, the cool guy. Mm-hmm. All these guys that I look up to or, just guys that I knew that were doing a lot better than me. For some reason, I don't know if it's something that happened earlier in my life, but just I felt like I was 100% wired and just naturally shy, and I couldn't do anything about it. But after this experience, I'm definitely going to open up 100%. I know it's going to take time. I know doesn't happen overnight or even in a couple of weeks, but I am planning on doing it, for a good part of my life. And
here's Alpha Chad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And you have an extroverted side that we filmed with a little video. Aaron filmed you when you were like at one of your most excited points. You did an approach that you were really proud of, and then you were super excited. Watch that video. Go back and look at that, and you'll see yourself like in your extroverted self. You were talkative after that, man. You came back to us, and you were not quiet. So we all have sides. These are sides that we have. So yeah, we get addicted to this idea that we're this or that because that's what we're used to. But no, you have a talkative, extroverted side, bro.
That's something I never noticed too. I've always looked at myself, I'll always be an introvert. Or sometimes I've even, told myself I'm more comfortable just keeping to myself. It's okay if everyone doesn't think anything of me or if everyone hates me, I'm fine with that. That's just how I am, and I don't want to change it. But I realize that it's not healthy to live always in such a negative, mindset like that. So yeah, doing this really helped me out, and being more positive with myself. It's not just, gaming girls. It's not just that, but just being more secure about myself, believing that I can do it. Anything I set my mind to is something Aaron has really helped me, discover. So I'm gonna take this. It's not just for this weekend that I'll remember this. This is gonna go with me for the rest of my life. So thank you.
Yeah, awesome, man. And I do want to say one more thing too, is a great affirmation for you, and we'll talk about this more, but something that I need you to start realizing and to be telling yourself regularly is I will be well received. I will be well received. And the reason why is because you told me earlier you are so much more open, charismatic, funny with your family.
Yes.
You said you were like, I'm kind of like you, like I make ratchet jokes, kind of crazy stuff,
Yeah.
all of that, and you're that way with your family, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm super loud when it comes to my family. I make all the jokes that you would do. That's why they didn't really bug me when you were like, "Oh, are you okay with these jokes? I hope these aren't too. I hope we're not blowing your mind with these jokes." I was, no, I've done probably worse jokes than you have, but yeah. But just with my family, I would never be as open as I am outside of that.
So why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. Because I don't know. Maybe it is from always being. Maybe it was from childhood. Sometimes maybe I would want to open up. I can actually think of a few instances where there were times when I would want to open up, but I would just get shot down. And even though it wasn't, my whole life, I was just like being put to the ground. But there were a few times I just took that to heart, and I was like, okay, so what do I have to offer if every time I try to express myself, I just get shot down? So what's the point? I'm more comfortable being quiet, and that's what I've told myself over the years, which is unhealthy.
Did you play sports as a kid?
No.
No?
I tried. That's actually something I tried. I was like in the 3rd grade. And then my parents tried to get me into soccer, and but no, I was so bad. But I'd never practiced too. Like except the few times we would go, for practice. You have to go to practice. I would go up, but never on my own time would I practice. And I just expected to win every single time. And every single time we had any games, we lost every single one, all but one. But they were like children, more younger than us.
Yeah,
but we got destroyed, and every single time I would feel that, I was like, and after that beating we took, I was like, okay, I suck at sports. I can't do this. And I never played sports again since 3rd grade, yeah.
I think all of this stems back to 3rd grade soccer.
That's definitely one of them, yeah.
So the reason why you're so much more expressive with your parents is because you already know that you have their acceptance and their love. So you go out into the world thinking there's no way people could accept me or love me, so I can't be this expressive. I have to just stay in my corner, right? When you start realizing that you're going to be well received, when you start realizing that you're way better looking than you think you are, okay? Girls have confirmed it. Everyone in the mastermind confirmed it. I threw up pictures of him in the mastermind, and I said, I was like, rate him. And, dude, that's happened before. This is not a friendly environment, okay?
Yeah.
That's happened before, and people will roast the fuck. People will be like, what do you guys think of my Tinder? Are you trying to look gay? Do you have your thing set to, are you trying to set your thing to men? Like what? Dude, guys get roasted viciously in a funny way. We're a brotherhood in there. And everyone was just like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. This guy's a male model. Never let him learn game or else there'll be nothing left. Lauren is texting the other one and saying, she said that you're hot, as soon as we left and all this stuff. I mean, bro, you're a good looking guy. And the more that you learn to love yourself, then the more, and realize that you will be well received, then the less nervous you get when you go into a situation, right? Imagine a girl and you know that girl's dying to fuck you. You're going to be way less nervous going to talk to her than if you know that there's all these walls and barriers. And to you think there's tons of walls and barriers. This is like a challenge. This is like a dragon in the cave every time. Not for you so much now, but overall when it comes to just expressing yourself, right? Even at the table last night, you were totally fine. Externally, you were fine. We're all hanging out of this big crew, bunch of hot girls, cool guys, we're all having fun. And I could tell, though, that you were in your head. And I could only tell because I was right next to you and I was like paying attention. But most motherfuckers are never paying it because you're my student. Most people are never paying attention to that. And also on the outside, you actually were just like chilling. But to you, what do I say next? Where do I interject? Everyone's talking. Just be easy on yourself. You feel me?
Yeah. That's how normally I am, even back home in other environments. I may look like I'm chill, just sitting down or whatever I'm doing, relaxing. But inside, especially last night, I was like spiraling in my head. I was like, fuck. I can't. Nothing I say will interest anyone. Everyone is talking to each other. Everyone's having their own great conversation. Why the hell? What can I say that will be interesting to anyone? And that's what I was going through my head. And for actually, probably for 100% of that whole table being there, I really wanted to leave. I did not want to be there at all. I was like, fuck, I'm ruining these guys' nights. I'm not saying shit. I just felt so bad. I felt bad for you guys. I was like, fuck, I feel like I'm bringing the energy down. And yeah.
You weren't.
Yeah, but and I feel this is not just me. I know there's a lot of people out there that, you may seem like they're fine or they're just quiet, but inside you don't know what everyone's thinking or what everyone's going through. But me, definitely, most of the time, I'm always doubting myself and just not believing in myself at all. And but you're helping me see that I stop thinking like that. Think more positive, optimism, what you were talking about today. And I feel like just that concept by itself would help me so much for all aspects of life.
That's great, man. That's so great. Well, thank you for doing the boot camp this weekend, bro.
No problem. Thank you.
This has been fucking great.
Great teacher.
Yeah. Thank you, man. You're a great student, and we'll just go ahead and wrap this up. And guys, if you're watching this right now, which you are, make sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. I'm trying to get those reviews up. I'm getting a phone call. Potential spam, of course. I was like, oh, how cool would it be if one of my hoes is calling me and I'm like, I'm busy on fucking podcast, ho. Get lost. That was like the one time when I answered the call from my mom and several people commented, respect your mother. We have a funny relationship. Get over it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up. All right, bro. Bump it.